out here to do morning chores. We're in a heat stretch right now. Next 10 to 15 days is supposed to be upper 80s and 90s. So I got up real early this morning, ran the dogs already, fed them. Now we're gonna come out here and do chores. It's about 75 degrees right now and it feels amazing. Yesterday I think it hit 97. Real humid. Crops are really starting to pop, so that's a good thing. But yeah, we're in for some more heat, so I'm gonna get chores done early this morning and get everybody fed before it gets too hot out. Just easier for me, easier for them. So here we go. The sheep are the noisiest animals on the farm, so we're gonna get the sheep fed first. We'll take their grain outside and feed them out there. You guys, they act like they're dying every day just because they're not eating. This area over here where it's cemented on the barn, there used to be big tall wooden fences over here, and this is where they raised all the bull calves. But now, as you can see, there's trees here. When we started fixing the barn, putting steel on and getting this wall fixed, we decided to cut the trees down. That was a big part of why our roof got so ruined over on this side. It was leaking really bad on this side. This whole wall was starting to sink down. So I had this crew come in, the barn doctors is their name. They jacked up the barn, they put new footings in there, I believe is what it's called. And then we put steel on this wall and they put the steel roof on to get everything fixed. So the trees were rubbing on the roof, causing the shingles to break down. And yeah, so we cut the trees down and now we put some fence out here just to get the sheep to clean it up a little bit. As you can see, we still got this tree here. Might be a good idea to run the pigs out here sometime because they'll start rooting on this tree stump and they might eventually actually get the thing up. The goats are patiently waiting. We'll feed the pigs next. If you saw my previous videos, I have this door chained shut because Wilma likes to get out back here. And they are just making a mess. But anyways, she's gotten out a couple times and just basically destroyed this side of the barn. We put these two in here. Kind of got him on a whim. Weren't really ready to get him, I guess, but we did. So anyways, he's here, and so we put these two over here. Watch out, big boy. And now they are pushing all these gates and fences around and knocking poles out and just making a ridiculous mess back here. Their feed pan is stuck underneath one of these gates over here, so yeah. You guys go eat your grain. I just gave you grain outside. Go eat it. This lumber is like gold right now. The price is so high. my feed for the piglets. We got 3 piglets left out of Wilma's litter of 11 that she had this spring. Hey guys. Now I'll have to get my goat pails. We get our feed pre-mixed by a local guy, and then I just add these pellets from Big Gain, which is just a goat grower, 16% protein. Seems to be a really nice mix. The goats seem to do really well on it. A lot of times I add corn to this, but honestly right now I cut the corn out because the price of corn is so high. I just decided that we don't really need it until the price goes down a little bit. Come on guys, get outside. We got a couple new babies. These 2 that just got knocked down. They were just born 2 days ago. So this one here is a little girl. Come on guys, get outside. I didn't pour their feed fast enough, so now they're mad. And then this one here is a little boy. Really cool coloring on this guy. Come on, watch out, watch out, watch out. Come on girls, watch out. Come on, move. Hey, babies. We've been treating her for diarrhea. Hey, buddy. Come on, look out. So we always want to make sure that our pans are clean before we put feed in them. That's why I always dump them out before I dump the feed. And I clean these feeders out every so often as well, just because, number one, they kind of start to get pushed down into the hay and straw and everything else we got going on down there. And now I just let all my stuff go on the other side. The goats do poop in here, so we like to get that out from time to time. You don't want them eating that. Get out of there, baby. Watch out. We get a lot of dirt and rocks that come out of the hay bales. So that's what we get in here a lot, but they also get some waste in here, so we'll get that cleaned out. All right, now we'll get some feed. Watch out, girls. And I've got the hose pulled down here for water instead of carrying pails right now, just because I've been watering them a lot more often. So it's just easier with the heat. Don't have to carry pails around. The pigs, they don't really like to be sprayed down, but sometimes I'll spray the pigs down just because it helps keep them cool. They'll make a little wallow. Dump their water out because that's dirty. So the pigs will make a little wallow, and then they lay in that and help keep cool. Wash their pan out because that's gross. The flies have been getting really bad in the barn. So we've got some fly spray over here. We've been trying to spray that down. Keep the population of flies down a little bit. And I'm sure you can hear in the video that the wind is blowing like crazy in here, which is actually really nice. When it gets so hot, it's nice to have some wind blowing through. It's kind of like a wind tunnel in here, honestly. So that helps, it provides some relief for the animals with the heat that we're experiencing right now. This girl jumped over the fence the other day, caught her foot, cut herself. She had to be out in the pasture. Sometimes when it's really hot, I don't let them out in the pasture simply because they just get overheated. They run around and they just overheat themselves. Watch out. So they've just been in the barn past couple days, which is fine. They don't mind it. Gives the pasture a chance to regrow a little bit, and then they don't get so overheated. Alright, we're gonna let them drink on that, and then we'll probably have to come back and refill. Go water the pigs. Make sure the hose isn't hung up. And pig's pen is a sloppy mess. They've got their water pan way over here. She doesn't like the water hitting her face. I sprayed these guys down with the hose yesterday, and I think they probably did enjoy it, but they ran away and acted like they hated it. And if you spray the pigs on the head, on their ears, they instantly just shake their ears, and then you get covered in a spray of water and manure. So all right, we should be done with that for now. Now we'll get some hay. So my hay bale is basically gone, but all this here concrete was showing through before I brought the hay bale in. So I'm gonna pitch some of this up and use this hay that has dropped out as I've been carrying hay to the goats and sheep. Get this stuff cleaned up before we bring in a couple new bales to pull from. There's nothing wrong with using this hay. It's clean. The animals haven't been on it. When you get hay down on the ground over in the livestock pen, then you don't want to use it because you don't want to reuse it for hay because the goats are going to the bathroom on it, and then it just becomes dirty and contaminated, and that's how they get sick. Some of our hay bale comes wrapped in netting. That's what this pile's from. Some of it's wrapped in string. Now I'm going to take this hay back to the sheep. They're not being too noisy, but they are making some noise back there, so take them back, take this back for them and quiet them down. Empty boxes of produce that we get. They're always sitting around. Ooh, hay's a little dusty. Well, we had our camera battery die. Finished chores, got it recharged, and now we are a couple hours into the afternoon. It is in the mid-90s right now, so I'm out to re-water everybody because it's hot and they're thirsty. So we always want to make sure our water pans are clean. With the wind blowing, sometimes it will blow some shit into the barn, and you know, straw and manure will end up in the water pans, and the goats kick it in there and drop it in there. So just want to make sure that they're clean before you fill the water. I was misting the goats a little bit yesterday with the hose. They didn't really care for it, but it does help cool them down. Pigs didn't really care for it either. Buddy, you stay out of there. We've got a couple young goats that I'm going to, one for sure that I'm gonna give. You're gonna get in trouble, Eddie. I'm gonna give a shot to and some warmer. You guys need some water? We picked up feed this morning, pig feed and goat feed. Oops, that's my pig feed bucket. Sheep have not been drinking their water in here, which I don't really understand. And all the pigs have their water pan way back there, so I get to crawl in there and get their water pan. And you are all dirty. Watch out. Watch out, buddy. Come on, you gotta let me in. Let Wilma get some. Just relax, big guy. Hey, come on. I'm gonna dump this out. Give them some fresh water in here. The wind is blowing like crazy, but at least one good thing with the wind is that it does help to keep everybody cool. That pan's not quite big enough for you, man. Trying to take a dip in there. There goes the water. It also helps when they do that, it helps with the flies, because then the flies can't get on them or can't get to their skin and bite them when they have a coating of mud on their skin. So it's kind of dual purpose, keeps them cool and keeps the flies off. Must be a good spot right there. All right, we're gonna do some shots and wormers now. Jeez, try to get out of the wind for a minute. All right, so the wormer that we're gonna use is this Valbazen. Goats, 25 pounds, 1 milliliter. They always say to double the dosage for goats, so we're gonna give 2 milliliters orally. There, we've got it right at 2. And then we're going to give Exceed as well, and that's for the respiratory infections. And this is a 1 mil. What are you guys doing? So always make sure that you shake them out beforehand, because they can settle out a little bit. Sometimes the bottles get a little bit of suction going on, so see if it needs some air. Getting a little bit low here. There we go. 1 milliliter. All right, now we'll go find our goat. Everybody must think it's chow time or something. So this little girl right here is one who's a little under the weather. So first we're gonna give her a shot. Hey, calm down, calm down. And this once again is just, oh, she got the needle out, just a sub-Q. So that's just under the skin. You don't have to give it in the muscle. And then, see if I can avoid poking myself with that. Hold on. And then we're gonna give her the wormer orally. There you go, you're all right. It doesn't taste good, but you gotta take it down. And I'm gonna just take a look at her eyelids. And she looks pretty pink in there, if you can see the skin. You can also look at their gums. Just to see that they've got color. She looks a little pale there. So that can be a sign of worms. She's got diarrhea, so that's the first indicator. That's why we're treating her. So hopefully she'll be good to go now.